maybe seeming right again in the kingdom if Kansas City finds its way all the way back to the Super Bowl one more time?
No, I would not be shocked. This is a team that, coming into this year, figured getting knocked around in the Super Bowl, that would wake them up a little bit. This has not been the season they expected, but I think you saw a worthy comeback and you saw some juice, you saw some energy in this offense. I think now they've survived Rashee Rice at this point with his absence, so I think they're in pretty good position.
So, Jeff, you weren't here yesterday. There's been a pretty split debate on this show this week. I feel like about half the people I've had on have said, see, that's what it's supposed to look like. They get Worthy back. They're going to get Rashee Rice back. The Chiefs are right back where they want to be. And others have said, hold on, the Ravens defense is going to make a lot of people look healthier than they actually are. Where do we sit?
I'm on the side where the Ravens are going to make you look a lot better than you probably are. I mean, you think the Ravens in the run game are 31st in the league, passing game they're 25th. So did the Chiefs play exceptionally well? They did, right? They finally ran the ball. They finally did the things Worthy had explosive plays. Travis Kelce took a time machine back. He was lighting it up. Everybody was playing well. But my issue with the Chiefs is not always about it's about the fundamental portion of it. They don't run the ball well. They average 67 yards a game with their running backs, which is almost dead last in the league. Explosive plays are still. You're not playing the Ravens, and here's my issue. I don't have a problem. I don't have an issue with the Chiefs going to the playoffs. The Chiefs want to win the Super Bowl. So if we're talking about them as a Super Bowl winning team, my issues are deeper than just can we go beat the Ravens. That's why I still have hesitation.
Yeah, look, I think that they are turning a corner. I think, look, number one, look at the pace that they played at yesterday. The speed component looks like it's back now. Okay, and when you have that, whether it be you're talking about go balls, whether you're talking about jet sweeps, those kinds of things that are stretching the field horizontally and vertically, it just starts to create more space. The running game has never been really fantastic in the Kansas City, even when they were winning Super Bowls. I mean, they never had someone who they could really count on that Patrick could say, hey, look, you know what, I got to hand this ball off a few times. You got to take some of the load off of me. The load is always on him.
No doubt.
The fact of the matter, though, is this. The offensive line came off the ball with some authority yesterday. Travis Kelce looked different yesterday. Tyquan Thornton has kind of developed now. Hollywood Brown looks pretty good. Juju Smith-Schuster is going, hey, I want to get in on this. And with Xavier being back, and remember this name too. Remember the name Brashard Smith, the seventh router out of SMU. Slowly you're seeing Andy work him into the backfield like he used Jerick McKinnon, and he has got blazing speed. That's what this team is built on, and I think you're starting to see that come to the forefront now.
I think it's fair to say, let's wait till we get Worthy and Rice. And that's what I was saying the first 3 weeks. A lot of people were saying that because it's almost – okay, go watch Get Up, but Greeny's out and Kmart's out and Hembo's out. But go watch Get Up and treat it like it's going to be at its best. That's not the case. You need to have your full arsenal before we judge you. And they haven't gotten Rice back. I think Rice, to me, is one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL when he's going in this offense. Worthy comes back. The thing opens up. And to Lewis's point, suddenly you're dusting off Pacheco. It's like, oh, hello, old friend. The Chiefs, that's what I remember. This was the unit that we were expecting before the season. I would like to judge them on this, and they might even get better once we get
And I do think they're going to get better. I just think that when we're talking about the game they just played, it's styles make fights. This is a perfect fight for the Chiefs. The Ravens can't generate pass rush. They can't stop the run. You can't stop them. That's an issue. So everything does look good, and everything looks explosive and looks fast. It's when you start taking Worthy completely out of the game, or you get pressure on Mahomes by rushing 4 or rushing 3 and dropping 8. There's different things that teams can bring you. That's the only reason I say I have the hesitation, because of the opponent they just beat up on.
I think it's in the middle. Like the question of have they returned to championship caliber play, it's been 1 week. And I'm always going to be the voice of reason. Like 1 week doesn't mean a whole season. But the same reason we're talking about some of these other teams like the Ravens, what's happening with them? They have a lot of injuries. The fact that your best players aren't on the field, we can't ignore that also. So when you completely talk about the Chiefs, you can't also say like, well, they should be playing better, except they don't have their best guys.
It's also worth pointing out, no team in the NFL had a better weekend last weekend than they did. Not only they get the win. Think about where we were a week ago.
We're crowning the Chargers.
And now, boom, Chargers lose a game. They suddenly don't look so invincible. Chiefs get this win. They play what shapes up to be a huge game Monday night against Jacksonville.
They play the Jaguars on Monday night.
It's funny how the players matter, huh? Who you have available really does matter.
Always.
Yeah.
Them dudes.
To that point, Andy Reid didn't forget how to drop an offense, guys.
Right.
No
Like,
way.
they're going to be
Absolutely.
okay.
They needed to tread water until Rashee Rice got there. Banking that win on Sunday is critical. If they get themselves just a 3-3 and they get him back, now they're probably off and running. Now, next up, we get to there it is, America's favorite photo and America's favorite conversation. Would Kimberly be shocked? And it's a delight to welcome her in the morning. Okay, here we go. Kmart. We're going to start with talking about the Buffalo Bills. I want to show you their upcoming schedule. It is not what we would describe in sports as a murderer's row. There certainly feels like a lot of winnable games, and as you can see, they are actually favored to win all the remainder of their games on ESPN Bet Sportsbook. So that sets up our first question. Would Kmart be shocked if the Bills clinch the AFC East by the beginning of December?
I hope I don't jinx Brandon Beane and Josh Allen, but no, I would not be shocked if they end up clinching the division. You just put up the schedule, Greeny. They've played very well. Josh Allen is playing better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL, and the way their schedule is set up, we knew that they were going to have the easiest schedule, so I think they're in good company.
Yeah, the division falling by the wayside a little bit. We'll see where
I didn't want to talk about your Jets there.
The next one, no. Well, we'll get to. There's not a whole lot of reason to talk about them when it comes to the division. They played each other, by the way, and the Jets still haven't started competing in that game. Okay, let's get to the Jaguars. Would Kmart be shocked if the Jaguars win the AFC South?
I would not be shocked. And you know why I'm saying that? I don't want Liam Cohen to knock me out. I just feel like I'm that dude always wants to fight. No, honestly, you think about that division, like at this point, they have a good record. The Titans are kind of a mess right now. Cam Ward's saying that himself, so I wouldn't be shocked. I think they've got talent, and their record is pretty good.
Jeffrey, do you take that personally?
Absolutely.
From an Indianapolis perspective?
Have we watched it? If Mitchell just possesses the ball one more second, they beat the Rams. Are we not putting the Colts above the Jags? Come on, Kmart. Be better than that.
I'm just trying to get under Jeffrey.
You just don't want Liam mad at you. I understand.
That's exactly right. I don't blame him. And that last one. Would Kmart be shocked after watching them play last weekend and all?
So, Jeff, the red carpet is yours. What's the first movie we need to know about?
Let's go Fearless in Seattle. The Seahawks and the Bucks, look, two of the most physical teams in the NFL. I love this NFC battle. How about Baker Mayfield? The injuries they faced up front, Mike Evans, you name it. They keep fighting, keep battling. They are Todd Bowles. They just exemplify him, his tough mentality. And then you flip it over Seattle the same way. Want to get after you up front. Physically, they're tough. They're demanding. Mike McDonald's done a great job with this organization. I can't wait to see these guys play each other. Physicality at a 10 out of 10. Avengers the run game. Can the Eagles get Saquon Barkley back on track in the running game against this vaunted Denver defense? And you think about the difference between Saquon last year averaging about 4 yards a carry before contact. Now he's down to 1.8. They have to figure a way to get explosive plays out of Barkley. Their offensive line is banged up. Dickerson has been banged up. I thought he was going to lose it for the season, but he's been hurt. Johnson's been hurt. They haven't done a great job of sticking on blocks, but this game is going to be something to watch. I love the Eagles. I love the Broncos. It's going to be a big game. Law and Order, let's go to Monday night. The Chiefs and the Jags. I don't think anybody thought this was going to be a barn burner. It possibly could be. You think about Mahomes, what they did to the Ravens last week, it's big time. And then you had the Jags upsetting the 49ers, in my opinion. But this Jags team, they can get after you up front. They got a great front four. Mahomes is going to have to be protected. He's going to have to put the ball and keep the ball out of harm's way. And then can Trevor Lawrence on the other side of the ball with Travis Etienne and some of their explosive plays make enough to make it happen against those Chiefs?
I was expecting there to be a gavel sound effect on that, like from Law and Order. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. With some coming attractions also comes some critique.